R.I.P. Thistles. Peace. Let's see if I can move this. This is the hardest part, I find. It's getting this thing centered correctly sometimes. There we go. Come on. You know what? I don't think I did that right. Every time I think I have this thing, I realize I don't. Like, just when I'm like, I get it, I mess something up. And I think this is a solution right here, but still, just goes to show you. Muscle memory can take a hot minute. So that should be where it comes in. But I swear, is that not the same thing I just did a second ago? Let's find out. I think it is. So, but no, that looks good. Actually, that's exactly where it needs to be. Yeah. I swear that's the same thing I just did. Okay. It's always the ending that I have the most trouble with. See how it's backwards? I'm gonna fix it. Because I swear that's the same problem I just had a second ago. So we're gonna go the other way. But that doesn't make sense. But let's do it anyway. Oh my god, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, no, because you want it to be a pattern, so it's gonna have to flip like that. So it's gonna come, okay, so a sharper angle this way. I have been spending so much time labbing this thing out, trying to solve every little thing that arises, because I cannot do it as cleanly as whoever does them for Shoshinsha. And I want to. I want to do them that cleanly, because that is very, very, very impressive. There. I'm like, there. This is some old rope anyway. That's how I know a lot of this rope has really gotten aged, because like when I start to take it apart, yeah, it comes apart. So that old Washi rope. Okay, let's try a different vendor's rope. Let's try PHX 42. Cut my thistle out. Throw that little guy in with my little family of thistles. Okay, let's see how differently this rope behaves. Okay, right there. Give that little twist before you do your first knot. I'm terrible. Oh, terrible camera woman. Okay, so those two are good. Okay. Yeah, it's always this closing of this last one that gets me, but that's actually perfect, I think. No. No, it's not. That's where it needs to tighten. Okay, so there's where I think that's kind of where my problem is. Like, I have the worst time tightening from the back. I'm always trying to tighten it from the front, and that's, I think, where I get in trouble a lot. There we go. Because you want that to rest right there. And to me, that's the true mark of a craftswoman, craftsperson. And then you got to give it the old pull. You got to give it a little tug. Of course, it's not done until it gets a tug. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's much less fray-y and messy. Yeah. Weave is still a little bit off there. I don't want to dare show how good theirs are because it's like that's like Plato's like ideal form of an triple overhand stopper knot is the ones that they do, and I was like, I can't even bear. But you know, you see, like when it comes to like your floor or whatever, just a little floor, just a little bit, but you got some like a thistle, and you got a lot more floor. More snag, more, you know, which can be good, but I think I've learned I need somewhere between a thistled end and a whipped end, and that is this one. This is probably my least used rope set. So that might explain why it doesn't fray as bad, but also it's probably a little bit nicer too. I would hope, since my washi's, you know, like untreated and stuff. This was treated, but I treated it again. Yeah, that's where it is. You gotta do it there. Aha, there's my mystery problem. I think I finally got a handle on it. But this is the one, though. This is the one I'm always getting in trouble with, so let's see. I'm pulling it from the front again. Remember, I've got to pull it from back here. Back here first, and then up here. And I think that's part of what I've been missing. Okay, happier with that in general. With that method of tightening that overhand knot, which is giving me considerable grief. The last rope I want to try is a hand spun rope. Oh, that's very old. And so it doesn't matter. Still wanna update that knot. And I want to see. I mean, I'm sure this is a set that pretty much is just floor rope, if not considered retired. I would probably at this point only have somebody lay this rope on me as opposed to tying somebody else with it. But this was my first rope set, It was a hand spun set given to me by a guy who I did some photos for. He tied his girlfriend up. Did a little partial suspension from a tree, and I took some photos. And this was my thank you. It was years before I actually started to use the rope. Years. But this was my learning set. I have spent a lot of time with this rope. So I don't know what to do with it. I can't bear to throw it out. It's like one of a kind too. You know, he was like spend hours spinning this stuff, he told me. This is the part where my fingers and my brain have a conflict about how to solve this problem. And that's where that back pulling begins. Or the front pulling, I'm sorry. Yeah. And I need to stop that habit. Because you can get away with it, I think, for most of these, except for that last one. Because you need to do that roll thing. You see that little roll thing I did? I think that's actually truly what I'm missing about this whole pattern is that last final roll. Because once that thing rolls down over that, you don't have that problem where it feels like it's just like when you do this, you feel like that's just going to come undone. So yeah, this rope actually did fantastic as far as I actually thought this would kind of like fray up real bad as soon as I opened it up. So that's 3 different types of rope. I'm almost consider myself ready to cut one of the Shoshinsha ones because that's another thing is I want to cut a couple of super shorties. But of course, like I was like, I have to know how to do a knot that clean because I cannot sit here and mix knots or I don't know. I was like, I want mine to look like that. And it's just a preference, I think. You know, it's like that is that pattern, keeping that consistent, I think is it's beautiful, you know, and that's in like most things in shibari, like, you know, beauty from the idea of simplicity. I'm going to do the other end of this. Like, I'm tempted to grab one of the Shoshinsha ones and cut it and try it now. But part of the reason I've been doing this over and over is to really, really hammer this thing in because that rope is very special to me and I don't want to get, you know, some of these things have come out super messy and that could potentially be due to the vendor's type of rope and things more than anything else, or I don't know, like could even just be the use or the, you know, my conditioning methods even like we'll try this one afterwards. This is my most used set from my Nawashi. Probably, I'd say my most used set. So we'll see just how that behaves when we open it up in a minute. So remember, this is a very important part, is this twist. You have to twist it, you know, obviously if you go the other way, it opens, blooms or whatever, but you just want to give it a little twist so it'll keep its form as you wrap. And I think the main thing to keep in mind is this diagonal thing. So you're doing a diagonal here and then you're pulling diagonal up. And I think that's something I might not have considered very important until recently as I've been refining all the things I've been kind of missing. And I don't know if it just speaks of my autism or ADHD or whatever, but this particular knot has been something of a white whale to me, just in the sense of like I got to do it that clean and consistent. Like that is just something about it. Like I have to have it. Okay, anyway, so quit being a psycho girl. Yeah, like sometimes you just know like that's something like a skill or whatever that I want to be able to do. It's not just matching a knot. Like, when I got that rope set, I had intended to thistle all those things or, cut, I figured it'd be an overhand knot, so I didn't think they were going to do like these kind of like knots to every single one. But obviously, I much prefer those, and I need to cut super shorties. So, what else are we gonna do except for, re knot our entire rope set in the closet? Well, like over 200 hanks, like in preparation for making 2 super shorties and a shorty, or not even. I could just cut one of my. Well, no, I want 4. I want 5 shorties. So if I cut one of my long ones, I'll have 5 shorties. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I was like, what have I done? There. So you position it. Yeah, push it down there, and then you walk it closed. Walk it all the way home. And then you push it down as you tighten it. And that's where it goes for that little, like, where it folds down. Ooh, is she ready? Is she ready for the Shoshinta? So one thing too is like, I've got the pattern down, I've got the structure and stuff. At this point, nothing is really going to look as clean as theirs because that rope, well, most of my practice rope is like fraying and, acting weird and, like it's all very old and used. But that's like new rope, so it looks very, very clean. And that's probably part of it. So part of me is like, oh, you're ready, go for it now. And the other part of me is like, no, you must do all 200 or whatever. I was doing this like I used to do with my thistles, like, to compress it even more and get some of that air out. But the only thing about it is that I find, and a lot of the rope, it would make it fray even more. Or add just more moisture, and my hands get sweaty because I'm a gross girl. I have a lot of moisture all over me at all times. Very slimy creature am I. Okay, so let's try my most used rope from my washi that I've had for a couple years, that I've conditioned, and stuff. Actually, that little rolling thing actually did help get a lot of out. Like I just noticed it when I touched the other one. Hold on, let me do the same and see just how much, because I don't want to have to do it. Ooh, that is much better. Yeah, it's much, much tighter. Love it when it's tight. Okay. Oh no! My little thistles. Oh my gosh. My little graveyard of thistle knots. This is so sad. I need to make some kind of like crafty thing. I'm gonna have a bunch of colors and like I could throw them up in the air or something at a wedding, like somebody's like shibari wedding, just like have like a thistle. I could be the thistle girl. Walking around like throwing thistles out of the basket. Oh, that's actually good. I'm gonna have to make friends with some rope people now and pray that they get married. So I can be part of that whole thing. I think I would really excel at that role. I'll just keep those for like years and stuff until they're all gross. Like got moisture on them. They've been in like a bag for years. Start throwing them out. People are like, what are these little sponges? Oh no. Okay. Oh. You know you're gonna want to go for the real deal after this. It's like, put me in, coach. I can do it. See, that's the secret. You have to hold the bottom in place while you tighten that. That holds everything in place. It's one of those realizations, it's kind of like, one of those heavy realizations. Like, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Like one of those things. Ah! Sorry. I didn't mean to scream. Yes, I stranded my rope. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm fixing it. Look, see? I'm fixing it. Look. See? Hold on. You have no idea how much I have redone my own rope because of the cursed batch I got. The spool that was like improperly done and like, yeah, okay. We're not going to talk about the cursed Clara. There we go. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Like when you're new at rope, like that's like the scariest things that could happen. Like, especially if you got your like new rib. And I was gonna do it again and mess with people who that bothers, but I'm sure they stopped watching when they saw what they saw a second ago. So again, diagonal this way, and then X diagonal up that way. That's the secret. That's what you have to remember. You have to. Or else. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make like a video or tutorial on this, but I tried a couple times and it's just constantly a learning process. And at some point I'm like, dude, whatever, just whatever. Just start rolling the camera and figure it out. Figure it out on cam. Look at that. And that's exactly what we did, because you have to hold it right there. Once you hold that, you can tighten that and it'll keep pattern. See, that's way better than I was doing yesterday and stuff. A lot of this stuff was winding up like, there'd be like this one was backwards or the top one was backwards, Remember, we always want to go in the rope spinning direction. They have a Z twist or a Y twist. Okay, we're going to do, I'm going for it, dude. We're going to try one of the Shoshinsha ones. Oh, God. See, this is some very old jute rope. I would call this floor rope at this point. My Nawashi, more like your Nawashi. Now, I liked this rope for a long time. It's just gotten to a point now where it's just, it's gotten older. Rope set's got to get retired sometimes. Take it out back and shoot it like old Yeller. In Texas, that's kind of what we do to our old yeehaw rope. We have a little extravagant little send-off for it. All the excuse for us Texans to go blast our guns in the air. Can I get a yeehaw? Oh, we're gonna grab one of these. We're doing it, dude. And we're not gonna try to be bold or brave or any of the Batman characters. We're going to go right for the jugular. We're going to get a shorty and 2 super shorties out of this one 10-meter piece. Boom, boom, boom. We probably could get like 3 super shorties, honestly. Okay. So this is the master's work here. Not that one. This one. So this is the one that I saw that I was, all these are like identical. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have to know this. And I feel like I'm ready. So, you want to watch me butcher it together? Oh my God. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Again, I could get a bunch of these. Wait a minute, this one's mine. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, well, this he's great until he got to that part. Okay. No, he is great. Or she. I'm not sure who does them all. I think it was a guy who did the tutorial video for the company, and that's what I saw. But there was no inane rambling during that tutorial video, so I really couldn't understand what was going on. You know, sometimes you have to make the content you want to consume. And so I figured if I wanted a Nain rambling, if I wanted it to be like Hunter S. Thompson did my tutorial, then I'm going to have to make it. Oh, God, this is going to pain me to do. So anyway, here I've studied, and this is the test. So we're going to cut one of this long one in half, and that's going to be my shorty. And then I'll have 5 shorties to my set, which honestly, I'm starting to think, is that like too many? Like, I've got 8 long ones and 4 shorties. Then we'll have 7 long ones, 5 shorties, and 2 super shorties. Now that's a rope set. Oh, my bite. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tough, y'all. This is rough. I'm nervous. What are you gonna do? You gonna overhand knot that one in the meantime? Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Ah! I have old scissors. Shit. Just do it. Just do overhand knot. It's okay. Nobody's gonna judge you. Okay. Now I've got, oh gosh, the real deal. My hands are so sweaty. Moisture. I get the gloves out. Honestly, I should be wearing like latex gloves or something. I don't know, but no, dexterity. So this is a little bit of tighter weave that I'm used to. Fascinating. This is like, ooh, wow, ooh. This is so exciting. Oh, it's so beautiful. I really, really do like this rope. Okay, that's too much. We don't need all that. Go for it. You got this, girl. This is like, use everything you know to get this. Oh, God. Ah! These things are so bad. Sometimes they don't close right. Okay. Oh. Yeah, twist. Like, see, I'm not twisting the rope to keep it uniform. Okay, there. Okay. Okay. It's a big deal here. Okay. 1. I got like way too much, I feel like. Oh, it's tight. Oh, I hate it when it's tight. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay. This is everything I've trained for. I'm like skipping to the boss too. This is like, I figured I would like go through everything in my closet, not just make a bad impulse decision while I'm making a video that was supposed to be like a 2-minute tutorial that has now become over 30 minutes. Okay, bring it up. Hop it up. It's got to come up over this one. There we go. So there's where you hold it. Everything. Oh my gosh. I keep getting phone calls while I'm trying to make things. Don't they know I'm an artist? Engaging in my arts? I'm sorry. Weird. Shh. You can do it. So close. Twist. Yeah, twist the tip. Twist the tip. There. Okay. Come on. This thing sucks. It's that. I don't even know why I even still have these things. Like, they're horrible. Oh God, they're gonna stab me. I've like tried to break them before to get them to like work better. And I've probably made them like more volatile and worse. My other needle nose pliers are like, oh, dang it. Too big. We're gonna use the other ones. They're too big. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Come on. I feel like I'm like trying to like disarm a bomb or something. I'm like, cut the right one. Oh yeah, right there. Now use your newfound trick to hold that in place while you walk it closed. There it is. That's it. You feel it fold. You need to feel it fold. No. It didn't fold. We got to pull more from the back. Remember when we pull it from the back, so there's the front. Obviously, if we pull there, it's going to deform. Sorry. If we pull at the front, it's going to deform here by pulling away and leaving a gap. And it's not going to lock properly. So to back pull it, we need to come all the way back to where it feeds in. Get a little bit more slack. Maybe come over here. Aha, there it is. And then we can front pull it. Remember, you want to hold this in place. Okay. So I have the correct structure. I have the structure. We know I have the structure. I want to compress it anyway. I'm going to do it. I don't think this is, if I had gloves, this is actually probably be a lot better looking, but I think it's going to be a lot tighter after that. I'll go ahead and pull. Okay. And that's it. Compare yourself, girl. Sounds so horrible. Ooh, moment of truth. Oh no. No, I mean it's about so mine appears to be a little bigger. Oh, I could probably stand to compress it a little bit more, but I mean it's correct. It just doesn't, it's a little bit more, it's wet. Let's see. We can make it better. A little bit more compression. But I'm very happy because a lot of these I was convinced the middle wrap was a reversal for a long time. I was like, well, the first two wrap according to the way it's traveling, the middle one, because I was really having problems getting that pattern landed right. Okay, and then they cut it on sames. Yeah, I had another natural colored jute that I was kind of using as a substitute when I needed a super shorty. I haven't done extensive work with this set either because I felt I needed at least a couple of, I mean, these are all 10 and 5 lengths anyway, 10 meters and 5 meters. So they're longer than your average length. So I feel like shorter pieces are going to become more necessary. And that's almost why, depending on what I've got left over here, I might actually do 3 shorties, super shorties. But I think 5 shorties is a perfect amount. Okay, so that's going to be my new shorty. Love it. Definitely can't tell. Cannot tell the difference. And that's what I was hoping to achieve. I was like, every time I pick up my super shorties, I'm going to know. Okay, so this one's done. Very happy about that. Now, oh, my poor baby. Let's get you undone here. This rope is so nice. Okay. I feel like that should be good. Yeah. Uh-huh. What's this one? That one's not this, is it? No. Okay. That's the one that needs to get folded down. I need to pull it from the back more, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can feel it there. Pretty sure. Yeah, I realize the infernal mumblings are at a low pitch right now, but yeah, oh, that's it. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do the other ones by myself because I need to figure out what I need to measure for super shorties. I think 3 would be better. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed all my mutterings and ramblings. And oh my god, that's much bigger than theirs. So good. How's he so good? Well, you know, I guess you do them for every order. You know, that's the thing that blows my mind too. Is like, you know, I mean, it's incredibly pleasurable to me to do this over and over. Like, I don't know, I've just got one of those brains, and it's just like, oh, this is. It's like reading a book, or I don't know. It's like there's like this thing. I'm like, oh, I could do that, and I get all excited. I'm like, yeah, I could. I could go tie some knots. Should I go sit at the bar and just have a little rib rope in my purse and just pull an end out and work on it? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Well, that's nice. That's weird. It's not weird. Just kind of quirky. Just odd. That's all. Yeah. And that's it. Looks pretty close to theirs. Only a lot fuzzier because my hands are sweaty. Gross. Ew. Blah. Okay. Thanks for watching. This is ridiculous. It's like, show your face. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Well, maybe just to say goodbye. Okay. Goodbye. Yeah.